Hello Scorpio, this is Olivia from DOS Tarot. I'm here to do a reading for you for July the 27th through August the 1st. I got two oracle cards here pulled and I got your tarot cards laid out. The first card that came out was the Eagle, see from a higher perspective. This is asking you to look at things from a higher perspective instead of always just focusing on your needs and your wants, and to consider other people's. And then make if there's a decision that needs to be made or some kind of situation that needs to be talked about, then look at it from both people's view. And then empathy talks about kind of the same thing. Empathy talks about being open to other people's feelings as well. Not just the way you feel, but the way other people feel. And there might need to be some kind of communications to clear things up. And your tarot cards, this is you, Scorpio, and your other person or situation. The Seven of Cups talks about many options, and that can be in any area. Could be emotional, could be work. And then the King of Cups in reverse, this talks about somebody that's very vulnerable emotionally right now. They're volatile. There's something going on in their life. And the Pentacles talks about somebody that's really egotistical, and they're selfish and want to spend their money on material things. And then your person or situation, this is the Two of Pentacles. This talks about having to drop something, and something has been dropped. Because you can't constantly juggle two things. It wears your energy out and your mind thoughts get scrambled. So somebody had to drop something in order for one thing to continue. And it looks like the one thing that's going to continue is building a reservoir of money, financial security. And I don't know what they dropped. Maybe we can figure that out. And then also the Chariot is funny too. They also talk about spiraling out of control. There's egotism here and just plain selfishness. So options, building, vulnerable. That's interesting. It sounds like a couple, possibly. Oh, now we have the Three of Swords in the reverse, which means recently there's probably been some kind of heartache or some kind of discussion that maybe didn't go well, and one or both of you are hurt from a situation. Because when you have the Three of Swords, the swords have blue on them, which indicates a truth came out. But you're both recovering from that. It's on its last phase before healing completely. Let's go ahead and clear that Seven of Cups. What is that here for? In this Seven, or this Three of Swords, could also indicate your vulnerability right now. Very sensitive, easy to cry. Okay, Seven of Cups. Something about the instability of a home or a marriage has the options that were chosen doesn't bring stability to you, Scorpio. And it has something to do with the home or a union between two people. And again, you have the Two of Pentacles now too. So something has to be dropped. I'll get one more card for that. I always kind of like to know what's being dropped. Well, what's being dropped is something to do with a lack of love. We'll keep going. Let's clarify the King of Cups. Well, there has been fairness in some situation, and it may have to do with money. Maybe equally, if it's a couple, maybe equally you're both paying your fair share of the bills or something on that nature. Or one's being generous and the other one's receiving. And then it reverses. Something to do with money. And then let's get one more for that. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Now this talks about money coming in, but it's going to be very slow. It's not going to be fast. It's going to be, money will be coming in, but it's actually on halt in reverse. There's something that's blocking that. Let's see if we can get one more. And somebody wants to move to a better place. And it could be the whole family, with the person and the looks like a mother and a child. Somebody wants to move to a smoother, a brighter place. They're not happy with where they are, with the rough waters on this side of the boat, and over on the other side it's really smooth and there's trees and the sun's starting to come out. Something just better. And it could be just a move to another home, which is funny because this one talks about delays in moving home, and it also talks about possible car trouble. So be aware of that one for this too. So this person is egotistical and they just want material things. And the King of Swords not having anything to do with that. This could be you, Scorpio, too. This talks about somebody that wants to put their foot down and they want to cut out some of this excess money, hoarding. Not really hoarding, but spending it on material things. Something that makes them happy. Oh. So it could be, there might be some kind of, this one wants it cut out, the spending of money, and this one wants to be, they like to hoard their money, and they're proud of it. Because those are all cups of love. And it's also, this person shows pride in what all he's collected, and it doesn't necessarily have to be money, but he loves money. Interesting. All right, let's see what your person or situation is over here with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. You had the same thing, so let's see what you're dropping, or they're dropping. Something to do with money, it looks like. Well, with the Nine of Wands in reverse, this talks about somebody that's giving up. They're not fighting it anymore. They're done. Or they want to be. And it does have something to do with money. With the Pentacles, or the Ace of Pentacles, this talks about a brand new beginning, actually. A brand new beginning in a new home, a new property. It can be anything that you can touch. You know, it could be an automobile, it could be a boat, it could be anything. But it's a beautiful new beginning. Once somebody gave up that fight about, you know, this was blocking and now the block is down, they're not as defensive about it, then they're more open to purchases of, or letting some of their money, because remember it was the Two of Pentacles, so offering up more money perhaps, or the divine is coming in and saying, here's money to get you started, or to give you a new start. And that doesn't mean separating. It just means a new start from where you are now. And it usually has something to do with something material, like a home. And then with the Seven of Pentacles, somebody's evaluating what they have as far as money goes. And the Queen of Swords is there to say, this is my true balance. This is what I have. And this is for your person. And then there's the Queen of Wands, who talks about somebody that is very business-like. Somebody that's business-like. They got a head for, you know, they could be a CEO, they could be a supervisor or a boss, or something with some authority when it comes to work. And it could be an air sign. So you've got the King and the Queen of Swords. So this could be your partner carrying that energy and you carrying that energy, or this is a male and this is a female, whatever works for you guys. But this person here, not only do they have, they speak the truth, they also have the business head and sense for doing what's right. Or, let me rephrase that. They have the mindset, they're able to work with the money. Kind of like, they run it like a business, basically, is what I'm trying to say here. So it's definitely money on this side so far. And then, like I said, the Chariot, ego. This talks about somebody not maybe being healthy. It also talks about feeling left out in the cold. Or being taken advantage of. And then the Page of Cups talks about, you know, making an emotional apology or offer to someone, probably to you, Scorpio, because he's facing that way. But the money issue is hard for this person because they have a strong ego, which means they need something to collect, and it sounds like it's probably money. And to have to take some of their money out and give that, they do it with a sense of sweetness. They're not angry, because this person is all about fun. That's good. All right, let's clarify the Three of Swords. What was that about on the bottom of the deck? There's a decision that needs to be made here. There's a decision. Somebody's not seeing the whole truth of a situation, because she's got the Ace of Truths in her hands, but she also has a blindfold on. So if this is somebody, it could be you, Scorpio, because usually when I lay on this side, that's because it's on this side, and this card goes to this person, kind of. Sometimes it's mixed. But this is somebody that needs to use their intuition when they're making a decision, especially when it has something to do with the heart. Use your intuition, because you're not able to see everything. And then know that it's something to do with the heart. Your heart, their heart, or both. Somebody made a judgment call and it was not in favor. The judgment was not, what's the word? When judgment comes out in the reverse, there is no awakening. There is no new aspect to something, because it can't be seen. That's why this blindfold is here. So somebody made a blindfold judgment on something that hurt somebody's heart. I think that's, I don't know for sure. It makes sense that this is all one person, though, because somebody was hurt. They wanted to make a decision, but they're blindfolded to it in the sense that they just can't see past making a decision. And so there was somebody made a judgment call. And this is not necessarily, in the reverse, it means what they're asking for you there is to make sure that you're looking at your past. And did you walk in your past? Did you walk with integrity? Did you do the best that you could at the time when you were there? And that's what you get judged on. If you say that, yes, I did the best that I could for that period of time, for whatever the past issue is, then if you admit that, you know, it might have been something you regret, but then you know that you did it, you know, you can ask for forgiveness and then also give forgiveness in your mind. You don't have to do it to a person or a situation or whatever. You just need to get that cleared out, because that is a block. That can cause a lot of issues with the rest of your life. And especially if it's something in the past. When we don't face some of the things that we've done in the past, that acts like a block in our psyche. And we're not able to get past that. And so it's always like a constant nagging deep in your soul or in your spirit. And until that can get cleared out, and it's just something you can do on your own, whoever this is for. You don't have to go and make a big deal out of it, but you need to find a time where you can sit alone in quietness and view it, see what it was, judge it, and just ask the divine to forgive you. But until it's cleared out, there's going to always be some kind of glitchy thing going on with whoever that is. It's a block. It's a block that keeps you from receiving some of the gifts that the divine has for you. Like, for instance, this is a divinely given card for this person. This is the hand of God giving this offer of a new beginning. And that's really the only card that I see here that is divinely guided. Because over here, you're kind of in turmoil about something. With instability in a home, having to drop something and not love. There's no love here. Are you not giving it, or you're not receiving it? Now that could be part of this. But usually in reverse, this talks about things from the past. If there's something in the past that needs to be cleared up between the two of you, I suggest working that out now. As soon as you can. No matter how difficult it's going to be, because at this point, your person has their guard down. They're ready to communicate. The dropping here, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, means they're dropping their shield. They're not going to argue. They're not going to block anything off right now. They're open to it. And they have their head on their shoulders because they know what they want to do as far as the money goes. Somebody's got like a business head or mind or ability. And the Chariot does talk about ego and just selfishness. And I think they know it, because they don't like to get rid of their money. But they're coming to make, they're doing it out of fun and love. And they realize that, the money issue's a problem, but they want you to feel comfortable about it. Because over here, Scorpio, you have the same issue with the Nine of Pentacle lady in reverse. She's egotistical because she wants to save her money for material things. So if there's not an equal balance of money here, money on your side being for fun things, money on their side being for whatever they do, because I don't see that here. You got to get together and because there's more pentacles in this reading than anything else. There's a lot of pentacles here. Okay, potential outcome. There is going to be some bad news, some negative news. the Page of Wands, he gets distracted very easily, bored, and will forget what his goal is. And when he does remember, it's all negative. Anything you hear from this person, whoever this is negative. Somebody young or somebody unexperienced. There's going to be a conflict between this situation here too with the money. There's going to be a conflict because the Five of Wands in reverse talks about, well, actually in reverse it does talk about there being some kind of forgiveness and agreement between the two of you. So you, instead of feeling this Five of Wands, which is that energy that just sits in your gut, and it's like it just makes you feel uncomfortable, and it also kind of affects your mind. But in reverse, there's some kind of forgiveness between the two of you about money. And then down here, ooh, somebody's not speaking the truth. With the Ace of Swords, this is the sword of truth. And when it's in reverse, there's no clarity, there's no truth, and there's no victory. So somebody needs to fess up here. And then the last card. There's a lot of options out here for you guys. Whatever that means to you. Could be, I don't know, it could be something to do with the home. There's options. There's a lot of options. But with this card, always remember to, Seven of Cups talks about emotional fulfillment. These cups are full of BS. It's nothing that's going to last. It's not sustainable. So make sure that whatever choice you guys make, if it's a joint effort, make sure it's going to be something that lasts. Don't just pick the first thing that comes along or that looks pretty or looks like a snake. In the bottom of the deck, this talks about the Seven of Swords. This talks about either somebody feeling like they're getting ripped off or somebody is ripping somebody off. And that can be in any situation. That can be in money. It could be with lies. It could be theft of other things. But somebody's very deceitful and sneaky with the Seven of Swords in the upright. So be aware of that. And that's what I have for you, Scorpio. I hope this helps, and I'll see you next time. And until then, namaste.